Okay, it's July 13th, and as some of you know, I've been getting into, well, this is a year that I've decided to get into queen rearing, and I got some experiments going on. Now, I got a lot to learn about queen rearing, but so one of my experiments is to, I'm learning how to set up mating nukes. So I set up some small mating nukes, but there's a mating nuke here. And this, I just set these up last week, and I made sure that I didn't get into these. I put virgins into these last week, making sure that I didn't get into them. Today's the first time. And then I got that one, and then I have, don't mind my weeds, but actually that's kind of like almost by design, because I wanted to have some weeds around these mating nukes to kind of disguise them. And that's my second mating nuke, and then here's my third mating nuke. So I need to see these queens, or I'm sorry, these virgin queens were actually, they'd have already been 13 days old or something like that whenever I put these virgins in these boxes. So I'm going to go in and see if they actually mated. I have a feeling that at least this one did, because I don't know why, I just feel like the way the bees are acting, they're very calm, and they're just acting like a regular hive right now. So let's go in and take a look. Okay, so what I did whenever I introduced these queens, all I did was I placed these mating nukes here in this position. I waited for an entire week. I made sure that they were hopelessly queenless. When I introduced the actual virgin, I sprayed everything down. I sprayed all the bees down with sugar syrup, and I even sprayed the queen down. And I introduced her. I let her walk right into the mating nuke, and the bees, the nurse bees, immediately went to that queen and started like cleaning her off and like grooming her. So it just seemed to, I mean, at the time everything seemed to look, be working fine. There wasn't any like aggressive behavior towards the queen. So that's what I'm doing today. I just want to see like if that method of introducing the queen actually worked. Okay, so I just want to go into this first hive. This is the one I think that's probably already mated. And I'm only saying that because there's a lot of bee activity and the bees just seem really calm. It just seems they're acting normal. So I'm not even smoking them, I'm just using some sugar water. This is the first time they've been opened since I put the virgin in last weekend. Okay. A bit of spray. Calm them down. I think that one's about ready to sting me. I almost got, yeah, they're coming after me a little bit. Oh, there's royal jelly in there. So yeah, you probably can't see it, but she's laying. She's laying. If I can find that queen. I'd like to mark my queen if I can. This is a perfect time to do it with this such a small hive. Okay, who's next? Who's gonna be next? You see how that syrup just calmed these bees right down. Calmed them right down. Watch this. See how they're running around a little bit? Watch. See that? Did you see that? You probably didn't see it the way that... You probably missed this whole thing the way I had this camera adjusted. So I put these feeders in, these frame feeders, just basically just to take up some room in the nuke. Right? Because I mean, this was a mating nuke, so I just really wanted to use like a minimum amount of bees. So I thought if I put the frame feeder in, then I can just put in 3 frames of, say, just 3 frames of comb, and then the bees will have the comb. 3 frames of comb, that'll be plenty. I don't want to go populate like giving them too much room. But it looks like now like they're ready to expand. So I'm gonna put some comb in. Watch how this syrup calms everybody down. This is just sugar syrup. Look at that. It's just they just freeze in place. There's a laying queen in here because I can see the royal jelly is in there. I didn't see any eggs, but I just saw some larvae. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them some comb. I'm gonna give this to them. There you go. So now they're gonna be like a full-fledged nuke. Then I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in there. It's an empty frame, empty foundation, and let them build that out. Give them something to build up. Even though they may not, I might have to feed them to get them to build up. But, so I know, alright, so far, plan's working out. Get these bees in here. This is all just experimental for me, because this is like really my first year for raising queens. And I put the cart before the horse, and I raised my queens, and I was not prepared for the, with my mating nukes, because usually I don't get any kind of a good, I don't get a good take whenever I do my queen rearing. I usually get like less than 10%. So like I did it again this year. That's after I went down to see Bill down at Shenandoah Bee Supply, and I still like didn't have any big expectations. Well, guess what? Turned out like I had a 60% take on it. So I was in a situation where, oh no, now I got to scramble, and how am I gonna do these mating nukes? So how am I gonna do this? So that's why I'm using these boxes. I got plenty of these boxes. I've probably got 40 or 50 of these boxes laying around, so I thought, why not use these? And that way I don't have to spend a bunch of money on all kinds of like mating nukes and stuff this year. And if this works, then I will make an investment next year. But so this one's mated. Okay, I just did about 30 seconds of recording, and I don't know if the camera even picked it up, because I think my camera might have been shut off. But this hive is definitely doesn't have the population like the other hive. They're a little grumpy. I put the virgin in 7 days ago. Now, I think I see royal jelly in there, but I'm not sure. I need to go get my flashlight, so I'll be right back. Okay, this is a frame that looks like it might have some royal jelly in there. Yep. Eggs and larvae. This one's mated. So my third mating nuke I have hidden in here behind my canoe rack. Right here it is. And you can see what happened with my canoes on my canoe rack the last windstorm. We had picked those canoes up right off the top rack, probably 12 feet, and threw them out into the yard. Now that's brood that I put in with these bees, so it was already in there. What's that? Looks like a queen cell right there. There's a queen cell in here, which makes me think that she's not mated. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. Bees are flying around. It's raining out, so they're coming back to the hive, to the colony. But I'm either going to let this one go, give it some more time to see if that virgin comes back mated, or my other option is to just requeen it with another virgin, or just combine it with the other hives. I don't know yet. I got to think about this one for a little bit. I have an update on my mating nukes. Let me flip this camera around. This one right here, this mating nuke right here, this is the one that I thought last weekend that it didn't mate. It wasn't mated last weekend, but I got into it today because actually what I was going to do, I was going to take these bees and I was going to combine them with the other one of the other mating nukes. However, I went in here and I found that there are eggs in this mating nuke, and I'm pretty sure that it's not laying worker because this has been 3 weeks. This is a 3-week mating nuke. And the laying pattern looks really good. It doesn't there's no real sign that it's a laying worker. So this queen right here in its 3rd week in this mating nuke, and it finally mated. 99% sure that it did, and that's really great news. That's really nice to see that happened, because I'm seeing now I'm really starting to see now like the advantages of having your own queens on hand, because in my apiary I have three colonies that are queenless. They're hopelessly queenless, and I have 3 mated queens right here in my yard. So what I need to do now though is figure out how I'm going to introduce these mated queens into those colonies. That's going to be the hard part. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to go ahead and rely on just giving them some larvae and let them make their own queen. But here's one of my nukes, and you can see right here, I don't know if you can see, I have like all kinds of wasps and yellow jackets around this mating nuke. So we're getting into a dearth. It's getting to that point. All the yellow jackets are all through here, actually. Wow, there's wasps. There's a lot going on here right now. But this mating nuke, actually, it's doing a really good job of fending everything off. But I think by next weekend, I need to figure something out. I need to figure out like how I'm going to actually introduce these. I could try to overwinter these, but it's probably not going to happen. I could if I maybe like introduced a lot of brood into these, but I mean that's really not the point of them. I mean I have 3 queenless hives and I have 3 mated queens. Why not use them, right? So anyway, here's my foundation for my honey house. I ordered a 12 by 20 honey house. It's due to arrive next week. So the shed foundation is turning out to be a major hassle. I have I don't have all my honey pulled. I have most of my supers pulled. I think I still have 5 supers on, but I'm probably going to pull next week. But I have not extracted one bit of honey yet because I don't have my honey shed. I don't have my honey house. I don't even have a foundation for it. So it's very frustrating. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm Darren, Pennsylvania beekeeper. See you next time.